Hello to all my fellow rock tumblers out there. Let's start another rock tumbling video. In this video, we are going to tumble all of this West Texas mossy agate. That's right, this is all West Texas mossy agate. Hey, you're looking at these pieces going, why are they so oddly shaped? They're very angular. That doesn't seem natural at all. Well, you'd be right, it's not natural. What you see here is what's left of another video I made recently where I turned a very large chunk of West Texas moss agate that I collected myself out at the Coconut 06 Ranch near Alpine, and I turned it into this. That's right, I made a sphere. Now to make a sphere like this, you have to start with a much larger piece and then get it on the saw and make a series of cuts. Lots and lots and lots and lots of cuts. Because of that, you end up with a bunch of leftover scrap. Now, I'm not going to waste all this stuff. What I'm going to do is take all of these pieces, get them rolling in a barrel, and see how well all this will tumble up. It shouldn't take super long to get these pieces smooth the way I like them, because many of them already have perfectly smooth faces on them. Oh, it'll still take a couple of weeks for sure. But what I'm going to do is get all of these in maybe a 6-pound barrel. I'll get them rolling in the 6090 silicon carbide coarse grit. And once these are smooth enough to move on to the polishing stages, I'll bring them all back in here and I'll show you what they look like. It has taken many, many weeks of coarse grit grinding, but our sphere pieces are ready now to move on to the polishing stages. Are we going to have some good looking rocks when these are all said and done? I believe the answer is yes. I think once we get these shiny, oh yeah, these patterns are really going to stand out. The reds in there, that's a little dirty, sorry. Yeah, I believe these will be very, very beautiful. We'll see. As you can see, they're a lot smaller than when we started. It took a lot more grinding, and even with that, I still had to touch this one up a little bit here at the end just to speed the process up a little bit. But don't worry, after the next stage, the 220 grit, that'll all be smoothed out. And it'll look like that with a shine when we're done. At least that's the hope. Let's find out. Let me go ahead and get all these in the vibratory tumbler now. I'll go for about 12 days, use 4 different grits. Once I'm finished with that final 14,000 grit aluminum oxide polish, I'll bring all these back in here and I'll show you what they look like. So what do you think? Our sphere pieces are all tumbled and polished. I like it. Look at that. The shine. Ooh, very nice. You'd be proud. Did we get any good ones? That's the question. Well, let's take a closer look at some of the nicer ones. We will start with this big guy here. Yeah, look at that. The pattern as I get closer and closer. Thank you, macro zoom. Interesting, right? So busy, that pattern. This is the one that had the flaw in it that I tried to grind down before polishing, and well, it looks a little better, I suppose. I probably could have just taken a chisel and hammer and broken that whole section off right there, but not this time. Wow, look at the pattern on this side. That sure is beautiful. This smaller piece has a lot of that red in there, which I really like. It looks so nice next to the golden mossiness. You see that in there? Great combination, right? Many of the pieces had these rough sections on them, either this coarser area here or these little tiny bot pockets right there, little botryoidal pockets, which is kind of fun. But you turn it over and it's, look at that, really smooth. Here's another good example of that. This side, yes, has all that roughness right there, which doesn't take a shine, but all you have to do is flip it over and you get to enjoy that masterpiece right there. I wanted you to see this small one here because, well, basically it's a perfect tumble, but it also, when you get close, has some amazing patterning in it. Look at that. Wow, let's turn it over and enjoy this side as well. This big guy has a lot to offer. Well, they all do. And if you're into moss agate, this is just Really superb. See all that in there? I love that stuff. Every piece is different, but don't worry, I'm not going to go through all of these and show you each one because although they are different at the micro level, at the macro level, they're all pretty much the same. So just a couple more. This one is also nearly a flawless tumble, not quite. I like the pattern. This side is okay, but wait until you see this side. Look at that. That has a regal look to it. In other words, I can imagine a pattern like that woven into, I don't know, like a fabric of some type, and then being displayed in a castle somewhere for a king or a queen. That's what I'm seeing. And, ooh, look at this. We got the red on this side. Wow. This little piece has it all. This will be the last piece I show you in this group, and it's really pretty. It has, as you can see, a lot more of just the clear chalcedony. And look at this side over here. Ooh, that red in there. Isn't that beautiful? Well, let's try to get the light better on this right here. Can we get it any? Yeah, right in there. That sure is beautiful. I can't thank you enough for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed tumbling this for you. These pieces that were just scrap pieces. Now, well, they're shiny scrap pieces. And we have, well, you to thank for it, I suppose. Well, thank you again for watching. I appreciate it. And be sure and check my other videos for more like this. Thanks again.